Driving the trail here. Good morning. It's 1 minute to noon, so almost good afternoon. But today I decided to do a hike a little different than I normally do. I came down into northern San Diego, and I'm going to be hiking about 4 or 5 different regional parks, just doing a few miles in each park instead of doing like, you know, the big mountains that I normally do or the long hard hikes. So I'm going to spend the day just hiking around some of the regional parks. So starting out with Guajome Park, which is near Vista and Oceanside. It's actually technically Vista, but it's right on the border of Oceanside. And then I'm going to go down to Calavera Lake Regional Park, which is down in Carlsbad, and then hit Bataquitos Lagoon, hike around there, and then San Elijo Lagoon. I think it's San Elijo Lagoon. And then depending on time, I'll either do more or less. We'll see. So, and I'll tell you a little bit about each one. So that's my plan for the day. All right, I'm at the top of Calaveras Mountain, or Mount Calaveras they call it now, an old volcano. And I actually used to live over here back before this was a regional park. And this was just like basically abandoned ranch land. And just anybody who knew about it come back here, and off-roaders and stuff. So used to live right over in here. And these housing here was pretty much all that was here when we lived here. Used to be able to let my dog go, and there's a beautiful lake, Lake Calaveras, and she would just come out here and run for 5 or 6 hours and then come home sometime in the evening. We never had to worry about her. But once developers started moving in, all this stuff here, all these houses here, none of that was here. None of that, none of that, none of that. All that over here, you can't barely see it, but all that, none of that was there. And so they decided, well, I don't know about other places, but here in California, most developments, pretty much all developments, they have to set aside a certain amount of land for public use or for conservation. So I'm guessing they all probably got together and said, okay, we'll give this to the city. And this is actually on top of an old volcano. So this whole area out here, miles and miles of trails. So it's pretty cool. And they've done a pretty good job of keeping all the off-roaders out of here. So all the trails look like actual trails now. So pretty cool. So I'm gonna hike out here for, I don't know, another hour or so, and then move on to Bataquitos Lagoon. All right, see you out there. Keep on moving. All right, so a little bit more about Calaveras, Lake Calaveras and Mount Calaveras. So they turned this into a really nice regional park here. So it just goes, I mean, you can hike for miles and miles out that way. This whole side over here and down this way is Oceanside. Just over that little hill there is Vista. And then this over this way is all Carlsbad. So it's like kind of like a tri-city area. But they've done a really nice job of converting some trails out here. I mean, none of this was here before when I lived here. Like I said, it was just basically just abandoned like ranch land. And the lake was here. The dam was all kind of dilapidated. So they fixed that up. You know, my dog and I, we used to come down and actually swim in this lake here. And now there's no swimming, of course. But the trails are nice. And like I said, they did a good job of kind of blocking it all off so that nobody can drive their vehicles back here anymore. I'm sure motorcycles probably sneak in every now and then, but it's really nice for mountain biking and hiking around. You can spend all day out here and probably not hit all the trails. So I definitely recommend it. There's access points from everywhere, all the way around the entire facility. I accessed it off of College, and which didn't used to go through, so you didn't used to be able to access it that way because there weren't houses there before. So and then I stopped by my old house back there and took a picture just to make myself sad about what we gave up. So that's what's out here.